This video is just a brief introduction to the Zeiss PhotoScope. It's a unique instrument. It provides clear, crisp, wide-field views of the world around you. And then, with just a single press of a button, you can capture stunning images of what you see. Words can't begin to describe the view that you see through the scope. But in this short video, I can show you how to set it up and how to get the most out of your experience in the field. First thing you need to know is how to set the diopter. Look at a blank wall, then look through the scope. The scope doesn't have to be in focus. This is what you'll see. You're going to turn the diopter control to match the focus of your eye to that of the sensor. You'll see something like this. The goal is to get the two half circles as sharp and as clear as possible. Turning the scope on is as easy as pressing a button. Here you have the sensor for the remote control, the on button, and the power indicator. Just reach over and press and hold until the scope comes on. If you're looking at the LCD, it'll look like this. Take a look at the scope. See those two rings at the front? One is the focus and the other is the zoom control. This is the zoom control, allows you to zoom from 15 to 45x. And this is the focus control. Normally you focus using the eyepiece, but if you want to look at the LCD, this is what it looks like. Focus, and then when you want to take your picture, press the shutter release halfway down until the focus assist light comes on, and then press it the rest of the way. Press it halfway down, and then press it the rest of the way. You can zoom from 15 to 45 power. That's the equivalent of a 600 to an 1800 millimeter lens. Again, that's zoom, focus if necessary, press the shutter release halfway down, and then take the picture. While we're looking at the LCD, let's take a look at some of the things you can change right here without opening the menu. You can change the ISO setting. You can change the exposure compensation from -2 to +2. You can change white balance. And you can change the size of the image. Again, all these changes are made using the arrow buttons on the remote control. Let's take a longer look at the remote control. Of course, your most important button is the capture button. That's where all the action is. These buttons up here control menu settings. And these buttons down here control playback functions. Menu settings. Press the menu. Use the arrow keys and the OK or set key to make your actions. Press the shutter release halfway to engage autofocus, and then all the way to take the picture. This is the button you press to turn on playback. Actually taking a picture is as easy as getting behind the scope, looking through the eyepiece, zooming, focusing, and then when you get it all set, press the button halfway and take the picture. Just to be safe, press it halfway and take the picture. You can even operate the scope with the LCD closed. Just press it in and then get behind it, focus, frame, press the button halfway and take the picture. There's a little audible beep when it achieves correct focus. When you want the LCD open again, just open it up when you're ready to go. It's a wonderful instrument. Wonderfully crisp and clear views, and then instantly you can capture a picture of what you're looking at. There's nothing else like it. Let's take a more complete look at the menu system. Remember, you make your settings using the controls on the remote. This is the first panel. As you can see, it's a very sophisticated menu system. You have your ISO settings, the same as you could set on the LCD. Pressing the menu button again shuts off the menu. Press it once more to bring it back. Exposure compensation, auto exposure mode. Now here you have many choices: spot, center, matrix, histogram, highlight, or low light settings. Image size, image quality, JPEG 3 levels, DNG, that's RAW, DNG and RAW, or AVI, which is a movie setting. This is the second panel. You have your choice of auto, program, aperture preferred, or manual. Series capture, pressing the button once takes 5 pictures. Bracketing is similar, except that each picture is adjusted either for autofocus or for exposure. Focus assist. You have several choices here. You can turn it off, set it for center, or variable. If you set it for variable, you press the set button on the remote, and then use the arrow keys to move the little red square around the screen. Press the set button once more to lock it in. Now again, it starts out red. Press the set button and it turns blue. Then you can move it anywhere on the screen that you need it to be. Press the set button once more to lock it in. You have many settings for image quality. You can adjust, for instance, the sharpness level, the level of noise reduction as well. And there's an anti-haze filter. And of course you can also adjust contrast and color. LCD, you can adjust the way the LCD works. For instance, its brightness, you might want to change that in different lighting conditions outside. Then you have the settings for the basic function of the camera, and the ability to format your SD card and set how the images are recorded. So again, it's a very sophisticated menu system. Take some time to learn to use it, and use it well, and it will improve your pictures. Remember, for all that, you can just put it on auto, get behind it, focus, frame, and take your picture. The Zeiss PhotoScope is a wonderful instrument. Again, it has an amazing view of the world and the ability to capture images just by pressing that red button on the remote. What you see in the wild, you can bring back and study at home at leisure. There's nothing else like it on the market. And it's from Carl Zeiss.